If they wanted to, they would. God, the amount of times that I've seen this phrase, or we've seen this phrase online, or had people say it to us, right? I wanted to say something about this because it's become a very common phrase in the dating world, and especially on social media. And I get the premise behind it, which basically means stop trying to overanalyze if someone wants to do something, what they're thinking, how into you they are, and essentially, yeah, if they wanted to, they would. So if they're not, just ditch them and don't worry about it, right? That's kind of the premise. And I understand the thinking behind it. Just don't waste your time on people who aren't treating you how you want to be treated. However, the phrase itself I think is problematic, and this is why. We don't know what's going on in other people's heads. And the phrase, if they wanted to, they would, is making it very personal to us, i.e. they don't like us enough to do the things that we want them to do, whether it's something we're asking them to do or something that other people that we've dated have done for us or been in a relationship with have done for us, and therefore they must just, between the lines, what it's saying is they don't like us enough or care about us enough to do these things. And that isn't necessarily true, because we don't know what background they've had, whether they've had good role models growing up who knew how to treat people they're in a relationship with respect and care and with good communication. We don't know what insecurities that they have which are affecting how they're showing up for us. We don't know how they feel about us. And people, especially people who are avoidant, sometimes when they really like someone, they act in a way which is the opposite of what we would assume. Or if someone isn't ready for a relationship, sometimes they won't be pursuing you or making effort with you, even though they might see potential with you and like you, but they just might know deep down that they're not in a place to be emotionally available and give a dating situation what it needs. And even I've been there, right? Like, after coming out of relationships and I've been initially dating, I've realised, okay, actually I really like this person, but I don't have the capacity to be dating someone new right now, and that's caused all sorts of weird and wonky behaviours. So when we say if they wanted to, they would, we're taking it personally and basically assuming they don't want to, they don't like us enough, and it's nothing to do with them. And that over time can affect our confidence and how loved and appreciated and chosen we feel, rather than going, you know what, I'm just going to analyse their behaviour and observe their behaviour, and okay, maybe they're not texting me as much as I would like, or maybe they're not communicating with me or pursuing me or doing the things that they want. And rather than making it personal about us, we could just say, they must have something going on right now, I know that they care about me. Doesn't mean that you have to settle for less or play into an undesirable dynamic or accept things that you don't really want. I think it's more about going, it's not personal to me, it's more about them. Do I like that behaviour or not? Is it making me happy? If it's making me happy, continue. If it's not making you happy, then drop your energy from that person, move on and do something different, whether that's date other people or just spend some time focusing on yourself, and just trust that it will change and their behaviour will shift and it will work out, because maybe they're working on themselves to be the partner that you need. And that's a completely different energy. That's an energy that's coming from confidence, knowing it's not personal, knowing that most people's behaviour is to do with them and their own experience and projection and how they're internalising things. And it also leaves things open for someone to shift and change and show up differently in your life and improve things. And who knows in the future. But what we're not saying is that if you're not getting the treatment you want, to hang around and wait and settle and be resentful. We're saying still prioritise yourself, but do that based on the behaviour that you're receiving, rather than thinking that it's personal to you. Okay, so hopefully that made sense and gave you an alternative, confident way to look at undesirable dating situations, or where you're not necessarily getting the treatment that you deserve. and how to approach it to keep you feeling good within yourself and potentially change dynamics. Okay, have a good day.